we're digging into the cellar for today's review. Hey guys, Shawn here from the Everyday Aficionados, and today we're taking a look at a beer that I've been sitting on for almost 3 years now. This is the 2014 vintage of Bell's Black Note Stout. This is a blend of their Expedition Stout and their Double Cream Stout that has been aged in bourbon barrels. They say that it has notes of dark chocolate, espresso, and dried fruits. This vintage is 11.4% ABV. Like I said, I've been sitting on it for almost 3 years now. Really excited to finally break into it. I figured with the release of the 2016 version, which unfortunately I was not able to get, why not dig into the cellar and break out the one I've been sitting on. Yeah, so it smells like a smooth, rich, sweet beer. Lots of bourbony spice character coming through. It almost smells like a bourbon candy, if that's a thing. Lots of vanilla sweetness coming through as well. You don't get really too much roastiness or coffee character. That might be a characteristic that faded in the beer. But you do get some chocolate coming through, like a milk chocolate, as well as a caramel toffee character, some like burnt sugar, almost like a slight molasses-like sweetness, and lots of dark fruits too. It's like a candy-coated fig, or maybe like a molasses-soaked fig. And you can tell a little bit that it's an older beer, or a beer that's been cellared. Like it almost has a slight musty, vinous note to it, and it just smells really smoothed out and sweet smelling. Cheers. Wow. So that is a really smooth beer. If there were any rough edges when this thing was fresh, they've absolutely been smoothed out. Again, you're not getting too much of a roastiness or any sharpness or anything like that. It's just a smooth, sweet experience. Lots of bourbon character. Like it feels like you're just drinking bourbon, like someone dumped bourbon in it. And it's really sweet, so kind of goes along with that characteristic I mentioned. It's almost like a bourbon candy or something like that. Lots of vanilla character, the vanilla sweetness from the barrel. You're getting a slight smokiness, some of the bourbon spices as well, a caramel, toffee characteristic, some of the milk chocolate. Yeah, the chocolate character is almost like a malted milk ball maybe. I feel like you're getting some of the cream stout characteristics from the Double Cream Stout that's blended into this one, like almost a lactose-y, milk sugar-like character. And like I mentioned on the aroma, you're getting a strong dark fruit characteristic. It's like a candied fig, maybe some like raisin in there, a little bit of the molasses-like sweetness. It's not quite as sweet as it smelled, but there's a solid sweetness to this beer and next to no bitterness, likely thanks to the aging. And you're getting some of that aged character, the older beer characteristic that I mentioned on the aroma. It's like a vinous, musty-like character. The mouthfeel and the body on this one are really nothing to write home about. It's a little bit thin, medium plus I would say. Nothing too terrible though. In terms of alcohol character, you don't get any coming through. I'm sure aging has helped with that. And the finish on this one, definitely sweet. Like I said, you don't get too much bitterness in this, and I'm sure the aging has helped with that as well. You get the linger of some of the smoky, peated, malt-like character, as well as the sweet bourbon characteristics, and like the dark fruit, vinous mustiness. For my final thoughts on Black Note Stout, specifically the 2014 vintage, this one is going to get an A+ from me. And it's a little bit of a weaker A+. It's not a mind-blowing barrel-aged Imperial Stout, not one of the better ones that I've had. And I think the aging has definitely helped this beer out a little bit. Again, it's so smooth. It's definitely a really mellow experience. I'm sure a fresh bottle is a little bit different, but for what I have right in front of me, I'm really enjoying it. But like I said, nothing too mind-blowing. I wouldn't go crazy trying to find this one, especially because it's really hard to get, especially around me at least. I was only able to get one bottle 2 years ago, and I haven't been able to get it since. So nothing to go crazy for. Really solid, though, if you can get your hands on it. If you can get your hands on a couple somehow, definitely worth aging as well. What do you guys think of Black Note Stout? Have you had it fresh? Have you had it aged? How do you think they compare? And how do you think it compares to other bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stouts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, drink responsibly and passionately. Thanks for watching. cleaning out my closet with this one.